children. Welcome to Euclid Learning. So this is an English medium academy which we do online to support you with your subject. So today we are going to do ICT chapter 2 of grade 9. So if you haven't followed my previous video for grade 9 chapter 1, please go and refer. If you want to know the past knowledge and to recap which we learned from grade 6 onwards, you can watch them as well. I have done separate video series for grade 6, 7 and 8. But when it comes to this chapter, electronic spreadsheets, this is the first time you're going to learn this from grade 6. So this is an isolated chapter. So you don't have to worry to get the previous knowledge for this. Okay, let's start with this then. Chapter 2, electronic spreadsheets. So what are spreadsheets? Have you heard about this word? So before we invented these computers and all, people were using paper-based counting sheets for the counting purposes. So the electronic version of the same concept is called as spreadsheet, right? So electronic spreadsheet is an interactive computer application, right? Especially we can use for organizing, analyzing, and storing the data in a tabular form. Tabular means like a table, right? So data entered in cells of this table, right? uh, we can use to manipulate using different ways. So spreadsheets is giving different functions, formulas, sortings, you can draw charts. From these kind of different ways, you can manipulate your data and can go for a good or better representation, right? So in electronic spreadsheets, there are two other small concepts like workbooks and worksheets, right? A workbook is kind of a collection of multiple worksheets. Okay, so workbook can be used for document creation. So usually workbook will have so many multiple worksheets. So before jumping to this, I will explain small thing here. When it comes to spreadsheet applications also, there are open source applications and proprietary applications. We have talked this for so many times. So open source means it's freely available, so you can easily download from internet and use it. No need to pay any cost. But when it comes to proprietary applications, we have to pay for the license, like the Microsoft Excel. So Excel is the most common kind of thing. So I will be using Microsoft Excel latest edition 2018 for uh, this demonstrations and all, right? So initially they're talking about tools. So if you remember in grade 8 in word processing, we learned the same concept, right? About the common tools. So this is mostly common for most of the application software. But for this also, I will explain from the beginning because grade 8 is somewhat long time ago for you. Uh, so this is grade 9. We'll do it as a new thing. Uh, if you want, you can skip this part, right? So first thing is the new, to create a new workbook, right? You can save it, right? Remember, save as save. There are two concepts. If you are going to save a file for the first time in a with a specific name and a location, it will go as a save as. But after you do that thing, that means you are giving a special name and a location and you save the file. After that, you can do any modifications and you can just click this save icon. Okay. And then comes the open. If you open an existing file, you can use it. Print, preview, print. So before we print a document, it's always better to have a print preview to see a document, how it will be looked on your paper with margins and spaces and all. You can view it and then print it. Okay. Then comes undo, right? So if you want to cancel a performed action, you can undo it, right? Redo means now think you type letter A and then you undo it, right? That means A will be gone. But if you want to redo, that means to do any undo action again, you have to click redo. So what will happen is again the A will be appearing. I will show you that one. Copy, cut, paste. So after copy and you should do a paste, right? Usually copy and paste means you have a duplicate of the same content. Now think you have some word text in a cell. So you want to copy it to another place. That means two places will have the same thing. But cut paste is different. If you want to move the content from one location to other, you have to use cut. Okay. Then comes the spellings where you check your spellings and grammar mistakes. Let's see in Excel. This is some sample thing. Don't worry about the data. We'll first think about our common tools, right? So if you don't see any of these icons here, now see, I can see only uh, save, redo, undo, only those things. But if you don't see any things in the quick access toolbar, you can get it like new, open. We were talking about print and print preview, spellings. Yeah, that's it. So this is for new, right? I will take a new document. So it's very nice and clean for you, right? So this is the open thing, right? You can open an existing file, right? So you can click this and you can search that using the file explorer and find the particular Excel file and open it, right? So I will write something, type something. Will write something in wrong letters, wrong spellings, and we'll see what happens. It is telling that this is wrong, right? They are suggesting things like school like that. So you can select the correct one and change it, right? Okay, so that is the spelling check. Now see, I am typing letter A, right? I am undoing it. It's gone. But I want the A back. So then I am redoing. So it will coming back. Understood? So this is a save thing, right? To save. You can give any location and any file name and save this, right? So can you see another thing I want to emphasize? You can see different keyboard shortcuts, right? Saving Control S, undo Control Z, redo Control Y, open. You want to open a new document. You want to create a new document. Control N, open an existing one. Control O, print and we didn't do print. Control P for print. So here you can see the print preview. See, and remember one thing in Excel, if you don't put the borders, that cells won't be printing in the default. Okay, so if you want to print that, you have to select it. Okay, you have to put borders. So here you can see the printer and how many worksheets, whether it's double-sided, what's the portrait orientation, size of it, margins. So these things you can give, number of copies you can give and print this. Okay. Yeah, those are the common tools we have in Excel. Yeah, copy paste. So I have something here. I will use my right click and then I have copy and I go to another cell and I paste. See, copy means you have two values in two cells. It's like a duplicate. But if I want to cut and paste in a different location, it's only one. It's actually from here to here, it's moved, right? So copy means control C, paste means control V, cut means control X. So those are the keyboard shortcuts for you. Okay. Hope I covered all the common tools. Yes. Then comes the spreadsheet specific features, right? Yeah, if you're doing the spreadsheets for the first time, yes, you have something to learn, right? New things, but some kids will know these things. I will do it as I'm thinking everyone is a beginner, right? So in a, I will quickly explain with this diagram, then I will repeat with the real Excel example. So can you see there are rows and columns in here. Actually, in the tabular format, there are so many cells and you can see columns, right? Columns are naming with English letters A, B, C, D like that. Don't think only 26 columns are there. Then they start naming like A, B like that. So there are so many columns. And you have rows which is labeled using numbers. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. You have numbers. So cell is where these row and a column intersect, right? So intersection between a row and a column, we call it as a cell. So for a cell, there will be a row number and a column letter. So in your textbook, there is a mistake here. If you see, right? Few mistakes are there. One thing is row, the spelling is wrong, and they are telling the row letter. No, the row number and the column letter. We call it as a cell address. For example, this particular cell they have highlighted. We can tell G is the column and row is 7, G7. It's the cell address. Understood? Okay, then if you select a cell, that will be appeared on the name box. Can you see G7? So this is the currently selected cell. And here there's a formula bar. So it will show anything you type on your cell. Okay. And we have cell range. If you select multiple cells nearby, approximate in the close proximity, it's called cell range. Okay, let's quickly go for the real Excel. Okay, so this is what I told. Okay, you have columns with letters, right, and rows with numbers. So let me show in the latest version of Excel, right? Uh, it's 2019. It is having maximum rows of like 1 million above. See, that means 1, 2, 3, 4 like that up to 1 million above, 1,48,576. And when it comes to columns, it's 16,384. But if you see, the beginning was when we were learning, actually, when I was learning, it is about 65,536 and 256 range. But actually, it was started even below that. So in Excel 95, only 16,384 rows and 256 columns. So now it has been improved a lot. Okay. So then now if you think about this cell, what is the cell address? B is the column, 3, that is the row, B3. Here in the name box, you can see B3. And here in the formula bar, you can here in the formula bar, you can see what is typed here. If you go to this one, it's D3. D3. And you can see the text here. If I type something like this here, it's F12. You have to start the naming with English letter. So cell address is F12. In the name box, you can see F12. And here you can see the content. Understood? So cells range, you can like this select cell ranges, right? So that is a cell range. Okay, got it. So a special thing you have to learn is how to tell the cell address. Hope you got it, right? Then comes the cell formatting tool. These things also we learn with the word as well. So similar things like first you can select the font type, right? Like Times New Roman or any single font, Tamil font you can use if they are installed. Then font size, right? B for ball to make the letters more thick and darker. I italic to make the letters slanted, like to shift into one side. U for underline, right? And to fill colors to the background of the cell, to change the font color, and you can apply borders. This is what I told. I will show you uh, earlier in the printing. I told you. Okay, so here, right? So here we'll make it bold, italic, underline. Understood? Okay, and we can change the fonts like this, and we can change the size of the font like this. Okay. And I can add a background color to the cell. And now we'll move it to here, and we'll change the color to of this font to red. Now I told you in the earlier when we go to the print preview, I couldn't see any of these cell borders. But if I put cell borders from this, here it is telling, do I want only bottom border, top border, left border, right border, no borders, that is the default selection, or all borders. See, now if you go to the print preview, you can see the cells. Okay. Yep. Then comes alignment and positioning. This thing also we discuss in the word processing in grade 8. Same thing, but have few new things also. So first thing is to left align, center align, right align. So in the cells level, we can do like top align, middle align, and bottom align. Okay. So this is to wrap text. I will show you what is that. And to orientation to change the text direction. And this is to merge and center to combine multiple cells and create a single big cell kind of. Okay. So if I select this and left align, middle, yeah, I select everything and I am doing left align to see the content of a cell. Then it's middle aligned, and then it's right align. So here it's moving horizontally. In this section, it's moving top, middle. Look at this A, and it's down, going down. So that is vertically aligning. Understood? You can horizontally align or vertically align. The vertical alignment was not there in Microsoft Word because in Word we cannot align vertically, but in a cell we can do it. So if you want to do this way, right, you can change the text. Different orientations can be given. Understood? Wrapping test. Yeah, I will show you. I am writing some thing. I'm a girl. I write some more. And works hard. Okay, so here, can you see? This is a huge text, right? Okay, so this one you cannot see properly if the cell width is not enough. So you can wrap it. You can select this and wrap it. See, wrap text. So what it does is the extra long text, which will be going for multiple lines, you can make it into one single cell like this, wrapping text. Otherwise, this will be expanding for longer cells. Okay, merging. Yeah, now think there are so many cells. I want to merge them. Right, merge center. Right, you can unmerge it. Okay, the border has gone. Merge across. Right. So kind of things can be. I will put the border for this also as. Then you can see this one is merged. Okay. Yep. Then the number tools, right? So especially Excel is for numbers. So definitely you have to use different kind of number formats, normal numbers, currency, accounting things, short dates, long dates, time, percentages, fractions, scientific notation. So these things are especially for numbering purposes, right? So for example, okay, if I go to this is the place, okay, so it's a number, right? You can have a decimal point. Number of decimal points, those things also you can change from here. Okay, increase the decimal points like this or decrease. And if you want to include any currency also you can select like English, Euro, like that. You can go for more formats also. And if you want to represent this as a comma separated, right? And yeah, if you want now, for example, if I take a date, and if I want to make a short date, it's already short date. If I want to make it a long day, what is this? This is very interesting thing. If the cell width is not enough to show the whole content, it will be like this. Don't worry. You just increase the width. So this is a long date. Like that, fractions. Yeah, we'll write 5.5. It's decimal way of writing. You have to go for another cell and come back. Otherwise, this will be like great. Did you see that? As a fraction, 5.5, right? Mm. Scientific notation, do you know? Not like this, we write. Scientific notation, do you know? Okay, now see, this is great. Go to another cell and come back, then it will be enabled. Okay, Scientific fraction. See, this is 10 to the power, you tell, 2.97 and 10 to the power 3. Same thing. Okay. So that is scientific notation. In maths, you will learn the scientific notation. So here, just the representation. Okay. These are usual mathematical symbols, right? Hope you know the add symbol, subtraction, multiply, division. Yes, for some kids it may be new, and then you use the equal sign for the formulas, right? For example, I will do a quick one. Okay, so here I can write equal 2 plus 2. It's 4, right? See, you have to put the equal sign, otherwise it will just show 2 plus 2. Okay, if you want to make it an addition and get the answer, you have to write the equal sign, right? So, for example, 10 divide by 2. You have to put the equal sign, then only the answer will come. So here, 10 divided by 5. Understood? So that's the mathematical operations you can do. Okay. Excel have so many things, right? These are having professional qualifications separately. So don't think you can learn Excel overnight. It's a huge thing. Even I have to learn. So many things are there. Okay. Okay. Now this thing, functions. So very important thing and may be a bit complex for you if you are learning this for first time. So there are functions to do your operations very easily. Because Excel we are using with so many data, right? Huge data collections, right? Now think you have 50 students in your class. You want to get the total of each of the student, the marks. Now you have about 8 to 10 subjects, right? So each subject you have to add the marks and get the total for each student and get the average of the student. You have to get grades and find who is the class first, right? So many things to do. So that's why they have given these functions. We are where we can do this even less than 10 minutes if you are well practiced. If our data collection and data entered into the Excel, the whole thing I told you earlier, the getting totals of each student, averages of each student, finding the grades, finding who is the class first, and all the things presenting them in a chart. These things can be quickly done within 10 minutes, kind of. That's why this is very important. Okay. So sum is to get the total of some range. Average, normal maths, like you take, now for example, if you have 5 marks, you collect all 5 and divide by 5. Then you get the average of that student's marks. Then you have max to find the highest value in a cell range. And then you have min to find the lowest range of the um, lowest value in the cell range. We'll do with a nice example, like a real example. Okay, I will close this. I don't want to save it. If you want to save, you go for save and give a file name and the location and save it, right? So this is some kind of a Excel sheet I took from internet, right? So here they have some data, right? If these are not important, we'll remove them. Now here when you're deleting, they're asking, you want to delete the entire columns, right? So I want to remove the first 3 columns. Okay. Then I will save it. Control S. You have names of students and you have accountancy, English, maths, economics, 5 subjects with business studies. Now I want to get total. Now don't take the cal and add 97 plus 36 plus 47 plus like that. That's not the thing I'm going to do. But as per the previous example, you can write like this. I told you, you can write equal. You can, if you want, write 97 plus 36 plus 47 plus 13 plus 34. Same thing. But that is also very time consuming, right? I cannot type all the things like this, right? For that, they have given you some formulas. Okay, so here I want to get the total, right? So then you select the cell range with the empty cell and you go to auto sum. You get the answer. Now you can manually do this for all the things if you want. But that is also some time consuming, right? What is the easiest way you can do is here if you select the first cell and can you see when you go to the one of this edge, the right edge down, you can see a small black cross. So click it and drag it until the data set ends. It's surviving about 122. See, every student's marks has been given. Okay, if you practice this, it will take less than 1 minute. So you got the totals of all the students. If you go here, can you see the formula? It is telling equal sum. Sum is to add B3 to F3. There is a colon in between. They are telling here the cell is representing equal to sum of B3. B3 is this one. B3 to F3. F3 is this. Okay. So for example, I will write here the new formula. I'm going to write it manually rather than using this auto sum and sum this thing. I'm going to write it manually. Equal sum, right? There are so many functions. Sum. So I want to tell from B4. Ruchi's mark start from B4, right? B4 colon to here, right? If I select it, it automatically will fill. Otherwise, you have to write F4. Complete it and enter. You will get the marks. You don't have to write formula for all the cells. You can just drag this across all the rows, then you will get it. Same thing, average, right? You can select the thing. Now remember, for average, don't take the total. Then it's going to be wrong, right? Average only take the marks. Auto sum average. So it is telling equal average B3 to G3. No, no, no. I want F3. I'm going to correct it. Understood? Shall I write a thing manually? Equal average. They are suggesting no need to type the whole thing. I want Ruchi's marks B4 to this one. That means F4. Close the brackets and enter. So if I want the averages for all the students, similarly, I can take this cross, drag it, select and drag, select and drag. You get all the averages. Understood? Now think, right? I want to find the maximum of these averages, so I can find the class first. Okay, maximum. So here I'm going to write the formula manually, so you will also improve. I select the cell where I want the value. So I'm writing equal max, and the cell range starts from here, right? H3. If you want, you can drag this and show them the range, or you can manually type what is the last cell. It is H122. 92. Who is having 92? See, this is 92. So this is our, I will, so who is our class first then? Nisha. Nisha is the class first. See? So she is our class first. She is our class first. We'll write the min, who is the class last person. So same thing with min function. Cell range doesn't change. I want to go through the averages. 26. Who got 26? Here. Anju. She is the uh, last person. Okay. Understood. Okay. So hope you understand. Great. Yes. I had a plan to tell you something extra. To write formulas, right? For example, grade normally decide like this. For example, if your marks is more than 90, it's A plus. If it's 80 to 90, it's A. If it is 70 to 80, it's B. Like that only the marks will be coming, right? So for these things, you can use if. So this is bit advanced thing. If you don't understand, don't worry. Okay, I just want to give some hint for the people who are very interested to do. Now think, we'll write a very simple thing. We'll forget whole thing. We'll write if K3, if is to like do the conditioning, you know, algorithms, we use this if. So if K3 is more than 50, right? Notations. I will think it's A, and if it is less than 50, it's a false scenario. It should be B. What was the marks? It was K3. That means 45. So 45 is less than 50. So it will be B. So this is a very simple if condition, right? So if you see the real condition, I will explain you. Don't worry if you don't understand. If first they are telling K4 is equal or more than 90, it's a A plus. That's a true scenario. A plus is a true scenario. False scenario, they have another condition because you have to give it a nested way. If K4 is more than or equal to 80, it's a A. True. If this condition is true, it's a A. If it's false, again they will give a nested if. If K4 is equal or more than 70, the grade will be B. If it's false, again a condition. If K4 is equal or greater than 60, then it's C. If again it's false, again they are going for a condition. If K4 is greater than or equal 35, then it will be S. But what will happen? K4 is lesser than 35, then it's a fail, it's F. Right? So that is how the grades were given. So according to that, this one is having 45. So 45 is like in this range, right? Below 60. So that means it's an S. So now fail one is 30. If it is below 35, it's an F. That's why this person got F. 30, 30 means F. We'll see whether any A plus person, that class first girl. This one is having a A plus because it's 92. So 92 means more than 90, it's a A plus. Understood? So that is something I want to show you extra. So you will get some interesting about this Excel, right? So you can do so many things like this. So in your book, they have given only sum, average, max, and mean. So if you don't understand if thing, just forget it. But if you understand and if you're curious, you can search and learn more things like that. That's what I wanted to do because ITs don't just limit to your textbook. Okay, you can do experiments and learn a lot. Then comes charts, right? So the spreadsheets can be shown graphically also because if you see a table with so many data, you don't get the real picture. But if you can represent the same thing with charts, it's more clear. So we have column graphs, line chart, pie chart, bar charts, area charts, scatter charts, and so many other charts. Okay, so I will explain. Okay, I have taken some data like this, right? It is basically having months, January, February up to December, and sales figures, right? So how to do charts is you select your data set, and here there's a small quick analysis. If you click, the Excel will suggest you these are the best charts for you. Here under charts, you can go for, see, this one is very nice representation. Scattered ones, line graph. Yeah, we'll take the line graph. See, sorry, we'll take the line graph. So it's very clear, right? In this May, it had more sales. September is a problem. See, without, if you see the just figures, you don't get it into your head. But if you see the chart, very clear. We'll go for another chart. Clustered one. Again, same thing. You can see May we had good sales, but September there was a problem, right? But that is the quick way of doing it. Let me show the normal procedure. You select this, so insert. Then here you can see chart. So if you want the line chart, you can do it in a 3D way like this or this way, 3D bar. Okay, we'll go with this. So this is the normal way, right? So this will have sales figures, this will have months, the XY columns, and this is how it is represented. This is a basic chart. Okay. Remember in a yeah. So remember in a pie chart, you can go with only one data series, right? Because you cannot have multiple data. Like for example, you have names, sales, attendance, like that. You can not have so many data series and go with the pie chart. You should have only one data series. So I will select it. I can go with quick analysis also, chart, pie. So with this color scheme, you can understand blue one is having the more sales, Eric, but Peter has lesser sales. Okay, so that's how charts will work. So it's very easy to get the idea, representation. That's why graphical representation is very important. Okay. Yeah, that's the end of chapter 2. So let's quickly go with the summary. So spreadsheet is electronic version of this accounting sheets. So you have a document which will have rows and columns where we have functions, formulas for different computations and charts, right? So many options are there. So cell is a specific location where we have the intersection between a row and a column, right? So no, usually the naming of the or the address of the cell is identified using a column name, which is a letter, and a row. With row, please make sure row is ROW. This row has a different meaning. Row means ROW, right? So row will be named after numbers. Then you have different kind of common tools, which is very common for all other application softwares as well, like new, open, print, preview, redo, undo, like that. Then you can do the computations with functions and formulas. They have given basic functions like sum, average, max, mean. I told you if, right, there is something called count. For example, if you want to take the number of students in the list, you can use equal count and can give the cell range. So they will tell how many students in the class. Then finally, we talked about charts, right? Bar charts, column charts, line charts, pie charts, scatter diagrams, so many things. Based on your data, you have to find what's relevant chart type. Actually, Excel is supporting with a quick analysis with they are suggesting best chart types for your data series. Otherwise, you can decide yourself also. Yeah, that's the end of chapter 2. Not a very big chapter, but for a beginner, yes, there are so much to work and see because this is a practical session. But some students, Excel is somewhat familiar for them. For them, it may be easy one. Don't worry, do more practicals on this because these are more practical subjects. And please remember, my videos are just recaps, revisions, right? Don't think if you spend these 30 minutes, you can know everything. That's not the case. This is not the normal theory video. It's a recap because before the exam, quickly recapping these videos with 30 to 40 minutes, definitely you can go for a good marks. That's my target. Okay. So thank you for watching my video. So if you haven't subscribed to my Clit Learning channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon as well so you will get the notifications when I'm uploading new videos. So please do comment, please do like, so I can answer your questions as well. Yeah, thank you very much.